Hello and welcome to Tim's BMW Repairs and Information. And today I'm going to show you how you can dry a car with a watering can. Yeah, it's another of my strange plans, but it's a strange plan that works and has been working for years. Now I'll give you the situation. I cleaned and dried all the cars at the weekend, gave some of them a good polish, and they look absolutely perfect. Now the 8 Series, I've been using that to go backwards and forwards to work for 3 times this week, which is about 100 miles. And it's been looking absolutely lovely. And I love driving cars when they've got real good deep shine on them. It makes them really stand out. Now the problem is that overnight tonight it's rained and then it stops raining. And that means there's blobs of water all over the car. Now if I let them just dry out, they'll leave white watermarks, which are quite difficult to get rid of. But in addition to that, it's also high pollen season in the UK. We got a massive tree across the road, just chucks pollen all over the cars, makes them go green. Well, it's not usually a problem with a high gloss shine. It sort of blows off as you drive the car. But unfortunately with rain, when it dries out, it will leave green spots. And so you've got watermarks and green marks, and they're very difficult to get rid of. So the plan would be to dry the car before the water all evaporates. Now the problem is you can't use the big drying cloths for this because the car's so wet that the cloth would become saturated in a few seconds. So that's not a good plan. So this is a plan I came up with absolutely years ago, which is to use a modified watering can to dry the car. Now it all seems completely ridiculous, but we'll go through the whole routine and I'll explain why it works, and I'll do the whole thing in real time, pre-drying the car, drying the car with the cloth. You can see how shiny the car is again, and then I can explain it all. Rightio, let's get on with it. Right, well, on a polished car, this is what sort of rain ends up looking like, sort of blobs. Forms a meniscus, and it will just stay like that until it slowly evaporates, and it will leave little rings, little white rings on the car, and any pollen on the car as well will sort of get stuck to it, and it looks awful. So we could dry that off, but this much water on a car, your drying cloth's not going to last 2 seconds. So that's why you need a watering can. So I'll get the watering can, and you have to get a sheet of water coming out like this. So that's why you need a watering can. And what that does is get rid of most of the water. So as it goes away, it leaves very little water behind, and sort of compared to the bit that I haven't done, those big blobs there. Yeah, that will just completely saturate the drying cloth in a few seconds. So there you go, that's why you use water to dry a car. Right, here's the modification to a standard watering can, a nut and bolt. And that produces a sort of aperture like that, and that produces a sheet of water as the water comes out. Now you can just use a watering can without the rose on it, but then you get through a heck of a lot of water. And using this method, I just use 2 watering cans full of water for each car, and that's all you need to dry the car off. And as I say, it produces a sheet of water as it comes out. Look at that, perfect, nice stream of water. Perfect for pulling the water off of the car. And job done on the car. I mean, it's not looking too bad at all, is it? Nice and shiny. Yeah, so I'm very happy with that. 10-minute job in the end to do the wheels and the car, so the whole car's looking perfect again. Great stuff. Right, there we go then, all done. It actually took 7 minutes rather than 5, but close enough. And also I cleaned the wheels, which took another 3 minutes or so. And so a 10-minute procedure, and that's a procedure I might use before I go to work in the morning, just to keep the car looking great. So if I'd left it, it would have all been green and spotty and look horrible, but a 10-minute procedure and it's going to look perfect again. It's going to look perfect until the next time it rains. Right, well, thanks very much for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for all the comments. I always try and answer the comments when I can. And I'll see you next time.